Well, let's bring in one of the key persons in the business, Cecile. Did you think that things were that bad to have warranted the intervention of the Broadcasting Commission, or is just, these guys who just want to control everything and control what people hear and see?
I'm gonna have to say I think it was that bad.
It was.
Yeah, and I'm not excluding myself. I'm thinking that we needed to. I appreciate the effort, and I think it was needed. I mean, it is public airwaves, and I think we probably were just seeing how much we could have gotten away with, and we would have continued to just get away with whatever we can get away with, because you have songs that are able to be played in the clubs and everything, but if we can get away with playing on the radio, then we do it.
Is there a growing recognition among artists themselves that there was the need for some kind of breaks? Think about that while we take our break. We are looking at the decision taken by the Broadcasting Commission in February last year to really put some order in the broadcasting industry. The Broadcasting Commission issued the daggering directives in February last year, and 1 year onward, we are looking at the implications of that and how the music industry and the broadcast industry has changed. We take a break, but we'll be right back.
I'm coming from afar, still got far to go. Journey's just begun. I'm like a shooting star, and that's where we can go. They're wishing for me to fall. Good God, gonna rise me higher.
I think no, because they have the ability to create clean, good music.
Nowadays, everybody want to listen to dancehall and the dugu music them. So if the producer and the musician not have them, not gonna make money.
No, really, I don't think, because they still pay them, and even though they don't pay them on the radio station also, they play them in the dance and other places on CDs that are not cut for airplay.
In general, I don't think it has, because I think they have other outlets by which they could channel their music. For example, in the actual dance hall, it is still being played there.
Most of them are making music according to how much money they can make off the music, and dancehall music, that's where most of the money is.
I don't think so. The artists need to dig deep and come up with something more positive to be more progressive, and more influential, to the kids and society.
Welcome back to our special discussion looking at the directives given by the Broadcasting Commission 1 year ago to broadcasters. I'm Ian Boyne. We have a varied and most interesting panel looking at this issue. At the break, Cecile was speaking about her own agreement with the decision taken by the Broadcasting Commission. And I was asking you, Cecile, whether there's a growing recognition among the artists themselves that there was need for some kind of reining in, that things had gone too far.
Yeah, I think so. And I just want to say, for the most part, most of us, we do write clean music, and we do write music that's radio friendly. But as I said, sometimes it's not on us alone. It's also on the disc jocks and what they play, what they choose to play, from our catalog. So, I mean, I remember having a conversation with Bounty Killer when I think it was shortly after the February, March, and I was like, what do you think about that? And he said, yo, it's Cecile, man, it need for happen. And he said that. And I was saying, you don't think that we need to say that they don't need to choose one word and we can't say dagger and all? He was like, no, we can do that in the dance. And that's what he said.
Dr. Dunn, Chairman of the Broadcasting Commission, you got a lot of flack last year when the decision was taken, but a lot of people are applauding the decision now. Your reflections 1 year onward.
Well, Ian, the responsibility of the regulator is to uphold the standards that are expected of the industry and the sector. The Broadcasting Commission felt that we were very active with single actions trying to regulate specific operations, but as Gary said, we multiplied that a lot of times and we weren't getting that far. So the regulators decided that this was a moment when we needed to put a stop to the decline, the downward movement of that kind of content. What were the issues operating in our minds? First and foremost, the kinds of exposure of children. That would be a very important consideration. Secondly, Jamaica is positioning itself to global standards in the provision of cultural services, in the respect for audiences. We cannot then and could not then be seen as leading in the kind of extreme content that we were seeing portrayed on the airwaves. And so we decided, after quite a bit of consultation, that it was necessary to introduce these directives, something which we hope we wouldn't have had to do, but it became necessary. And I have to say, 1 year looking down the road, that decision would appear to be vindicated. The public support has always been with us in the majority, although we have always had a small minority of critics.
The view has been held that a society really should be light on regulation and censorship, and that it is a dangerous thing to be, issuing what some would see as onerous directives to broadcasters. How do you respond to that libertarian view?
Yeah. Well, we are aware of the view that one should be light on regulation. We take the view that here in Jamaica, we need to be right on regulation. We need to introduce regulation that is appropriate to the state of affairs taking place in the industry. We find that there are some small segments of the society who expect to exercise their rights in an unbridled kind of way without respecting the responsibility that they should have with those rights and also the rights of others. And it is in that regard that I would say we want to use regulation to remind the public that everyone has rights, including the children, and that there is a time and a place for everything. That's important. We have never said that there's not a place to demonstrate adult dancehall content, but just not on the airwaves, not on the radio, because that's not the place for it. And if we are able to put that position forward, hopefully those others who have responsibility elsewhere will also take that on board appropriately.
Leonard, you're a creative artist. Where do you stand on this matter of the right to creative expression versus responsibility to the community?
I think first we have to talk about what is creative expression. Some people confuse creative expression with having the right to do anything you want. And I think that is where we have to, creative expression, if you cannot use lyrics in your music, like for example, sometimes in Calypso where you would use a pun, and you would present it, you can get the sense of it, but it's not raw, then you're not creative, you're just expressing. So we have to think about what is creative expression. I don't think I agree totally. I have been very worried about our future and of the children, the future of the nation. If the future of our nation and the future of music is that we have to present things in a way that results in some kind of decadence. And I look at it that way because it reminds me of the king and his new clothes, that children, the emperor. Thank you very much. That the man is naked. This thing is not suitable for airplay. And even when because I do research, I do go to the dance hall, I find I'm shocked to see somebody jumping off of a roof and doing whatever they're doing. And the music was driving the body and what the body was doing in the dance hall. The music and the body is married. When they make the music and the body responds to what they are telling you to do. So it was going too far now. So the question about creative expression and the right, we have to think about what is creative expression and our responsibility to our nation, to not only our children, but to our nation, what our flag is representing, who are we as a people. And it started to go into all kinds of things, including identity. All kinds of stuff it has gone into. So my identity, when I go to lecture abroad, I have to bring up, because I do dance, I must approve daggering, because I have to, and I must approve these kind of lyrics. what is my responsibility? It's married, you know, it comes together here.